You may have. Anyway.
Okay. So
2 for 2.
2 for 2. I'm wondering how to ask this next one. Okay. 2 parts. Part 1. Pick an emperor.
The trick would be to pick someone no one's heard of. Trouble is, I don't know what's going to be done with them.
Yeah, you never know.
I'm gonna go with Vespasian.
Vespasian, okay.
I'm going to go with Constantine V, Isaurian emperor.
Elaborate.
He was the successor of Leo III. He campaigned against the Arabs and Bulgars for most of his reign. He
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
Iconoclasm as a actual part of religious doctrine.
Yeah.
He's Copronymous.
Copronymous. Yes. Okay. So, which emperor would be the better wingman at a bar? You're at a bar, you want to impress some ladies, and you got your boy right next to you. Why would he be a better wingman than your opponents? Your goal is to have a good time and maybe get a girl or a guy, depending on your preferences. Think about everything you know about these two men and what traits they would have for or against you. And whenever you're ready, timer is in my possession.
Who's first?
Who was first last time?
I was.
So it's Daniel.
So it's my turn.
Yeah.
Constantine V was the best wingman. Maybe. Hang on. So, Constantine V is a survivor. He's one to stick around. He knows no nonsense. He's intelligent. He can go toe-to-toe with a few theologians in a debate about God and the Bible and so on. He's a soldier. He's tough. He's a no-nonsense kind of guy. But he's also quite gregarious. He had 3 lovely wives and had an assortment of children. You have to be some sort of have a way with the ladies to be able to pull that one off, and also set up a dynasty which will last for the rest of the decade. He's quite a nice guy if you get to know him, and had many admiring people that wanted to be like Constantine, such as his grandson, or name themselves after Constantine, like most 9th century emperors and some of the 10th century ones. So he's a really stand-up guy who can get the job done and will probably enjoy a drink with you too.
20 seconds. You can throw a punch at Vespasian.
Whereas Vespasian, he's just wants to tax people. He really likes taxing people. He's a good soldier, but he's a bit old. Could say he's wise, but also a bit of a fuddy-duddy. And probably Titus did most of the work anyway. And when you're in that position, then
that was great. Okay, Alexei, Vespasian, wingman.
Vespasian has everything you want in a perfect wingman. He has a great sense of humor. He had zingers like money don't stink. I'm probably becoming a god when he shot himself and died. This kind of stuff. So you want your wingman to be humorous, and you want your wingman to talk you up Vespasian sold a urine tax to the public. Surely he can sell your story as to any girl you're gonna make, you want to meet. Also, Vespasian, as Daniel mentioned, he's kind of old. So despite his sense of humor and incredible charisma, girls aren't going to go for Vespasian. They're going to go for the guy who's friend with Vespasian. Because surely, if this fun-loving, charismatic old guy is friend with you, then you got to be like the soul of the company. So you got to be like a perfect man to meet at the bar. So this is why Vespasian, I think, is the perfect man to accompany you to a bar. He even sold like the greater autocracy to the Senate in his decrees, and he's very official with everything. He's the first emperor to get Senate to pronounce him getting sort of an official law to pronounce him emperor. So he's gonna be, he's gonna be on time when you go to the bar.
Time.
That's another plus in his.
Very well. And now you need to talk about your opponent's choice and say where things may go wrong, why they're a bad choice as a wingman. 60 seconds.
So Constantine, he's been with, he's a ladies' man, as you may say, whereas Vespasian, he's been out it for a while. His wife has passed away, unfortunately. Titus is really the ladies' man, enchanting ladies from Judea. And, as much as Vespasian may have been great 30 years ago for, chatting up the local girls in Rome, I don't know how far it'd be useful if you were to go up to a crowd in, the later part of the first century. I don't know if we could cut it. But Constantine V, I mean, he was going strong until he died in 775, and he had like 4 or 5 children all the way up until he was dead, and intelligent, could have an interesting conversation about something like science or theology or strategy. So go with Constantine.
All right.
Well, I think all of the reasons that you mentioned for picking Constantine as a wingman, as your wingman, are actually the opposites. They are reasons not to pick him, because, as you said, he's a ladies' man. He's this charming guy. He's fabled to have killed a dragon. Well, who's gonna have their attention on you if such a perfect specimen of masculinity is accompanied is your company? So everyone's eyes, every girl's eyes are going to be on Constantine. And also he has like a weird nickname. He's called Copronymus, and mentioning something like this. Well, Copronymus is associated with feces, right? So mentioning something like this in the company is going to sort of creep everyone out. So they are either going to go for your friend, right, for Constantine, and not pay any attention to you, or they're going to be weirded out by his nickname.
Wow, that was another really nice debate. Domains were pretty much even. Great arguments on both sides. Very creative, very funny. What did it for me was the really powerful counter about him actually, Constantine, stealing the spotlight away from you. That was very clever. Was great that he picked up on it. Daniel, you had some great counters as well. Calling him old, but this one goes to Alexei, making it 3-2.